Welcome students to the part 1 of chapter locomotion and movement. Here we will discuss locomotion, skeletal system, muscular system. So let's start with what is locomotion. Locomotion is a voluntary movements that result in the change in location. All locomotions are movements, but all the movements are not locomotion. Now let's see the different types of locomotion like locomotion and the movement both are interlinked. Examples in paramecium, cilia help in movement of food through cytopherines and in locomotion as well. Hydra, it also uses tentacles to capture prey and for locomotion. Same with the same with the limbs that helps to change body posture and that is also used for locomotion. Let's learn about the types of movements in human. Number one is amoeboid movement. This is by pseudopodia formed by streaming of protoplasm. Then cytoskeletal elements like microfilaments also helps for this type of movements. Examples is in macrophages and in leukocytes. The other type of movement is ciliary movement, which take place by cilia. Example is cilia in the trachea to remove foreign substances and oviduct for passage of ova. Then comes the muscular movements that take place by muscles, like examples are movements of limbs, tongue, jaw, etc. Here are the diagrams like amoeboid movement, then ciliary movement with the help of cilia in the inner lining of trachea, where also in the inside fallopian tube. Then muscular movements, few of the diagrams, few of the images are given that are the examples of muscular movement. Then comes the flagellar movement that also helps in swimming of these spermatozoa. Flagella are present in the euglena as well, protozoa. Maintenance of water current in the canal system of sponges, also they help the flagella, and for protozoal locomotion like in the euglena. Now let's start with the human muscular system. Human muscular system, it includes the muscles which are mesodermal in origin. Mesodermal in origin, this muscular system is the mesodermal in origin. Muscle constitute 40 to 50% of the body weight. Muscles show the following characteristic like contractility, extensibility, excitability, and elasticity. Based on the location, muscles are of three types. Skeletal muscles, which is also known as striated muscle or the voluntary muscle. Second is the visceral muscle, which are known as non-striated or the smooth muscle. And the third type is cardiac muscle, which is present in the heart. Now let's learn muscles one by one each. Let's start with the skeletal muscle, that is striated muscles. They are attached to skeleton. They show the striations, so they are striated muscles. Voluntary in action. The blood supply is rich. The fatigue muscles. These are the fatigue muscles. That means that they get tired. They get in depletion of the energy. They are weak. And these are the muscle fibers with multinucleated, and the term is known as syncytium, that is the fiber with more nucleus in it. As well as these types of muscles, they show more mitochondria. The other type of muscular system is visceral, that is smooth muscles. In visceral organs, these are present like in stomach or in the esophagus or in the intestinal alimentary canal. These types of muscles are present. Striations are absent in such kind of muscles. The action is involuntary. Blood supply is also poor. These muscles are not fatigued. They can't stop their function. They function by their own will. They don't show any weakness or tiredness in these kind of muscles. These muscles are uninucleated, unlike the striated muscle, which was syncytium, and these are less. These muscles have less mitochondria. The third type of muscular system is cardiac muscles. These are found in the heart wall. They show the striations. Striation is also present, as well as these are uninucleated. The muscle is involuntary in action. They perform rhythmic contraction and relaxation, which we have learned in the previous chapter, circulatory system, about the human heart, which is myogenic in nature. Then the other characteristics of cardiac muscle, these are non-fatigue. Non-fatigue means they show the rhythmic contraction and relaxation without getting tired. These are uninucleated and more number of mitochondria are present in it. Let's have the comparison of the muscles, skeletal, visceral, and cardiac muscles. Skeletal muscles are attached to the skeleton, whereas visceral muscles are present in the visceral organs and cardiac muscle is present in the heart wall. Striations are present in skeletal muscle. It is absent in visceral muscle. Again, it is present in cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle is voluntary, whereas visceral and cardiac muscle, both of them are involuntary in action. Skeletal muscles are rich blood supply, whereas visceral show poor blood supply. Same with the cardiac, which show rich blood supply. Skeletal muscle are the fatigue muscle, whereas visceral and cardiac both are non-fatigue muscle. Skeletal muscle is multinucleated, whereas visceral muscle is uninucleated and cardiac also uninucleated. Skeletal muscles, they have more mitochondria. Visceral muscles have less mitochondria. And cardiac muscle, if we compare, it also shows more number of mitochondria. So it was about the comparison of different muscles. Thank you for your attention.